Hey friends, Anthony here again. So this is the first video in my brand new series, which is how to play rock and roll guitar. So this video series is following my other book, which is Rock Heroz, the guitar instruction book. Let's hold the guitar properly, okay? So the way you hold a guitar is you put this little part right here on your right knee. Put your shoulder arm around it like this. Try not to be like that. Try not to be like this. Right here. So you're strumming right roughly over the sound hole, maybe towards the rear part of the sound hole. Your left hand should be just sort of right here, kind of lightly hanging on the guitar neck. Okay? Now you're holding the guitar. So now what I want you to do is turn to page 4, and let's quickly go over the parts of your guitar. So we have got the body, the bridge. Your bridge is going to look different than this. This is a floating bridge for a archtop guitar. The sound hole, the strings, the neck, the headstock, the tuners, the fretboard, and then the little frets. Yes? And the nut. This little thing right here is called the nut. Those are the parts of the guitar. Next, let's hold our pick correctly. So turn to page 5 in your book and look at how to hold the pick. So here's a little tip. What I like to do is hold the pointy end of your guitar pick in your fingers like this. With your right hand, make this shape right here, kind of like a paw. Paw, like your doggy, rough, right? A little paw, okay? And now place the pick, the other side of the pick, right on your index finger. And then put your thumb right down onto the pick like that. So this part of your index finger and the long end of the pick should make a straight line. Okay, so now you're holding the pick correctly. Here's a little exercise just to get you playing something on the guitar right away that's simple and can get you the feel of the guitar in your hands. And it's just like this. I want you to pick each string one by one. When you pick the strings, I do not want you to go like this. I want you to pick straight down and land your pick on the string below it. Okay? So let's just pick each string 4 times. Like that, with a nice steady rhythm. You see how it's steady? Then go to the next string and pick that 4 times. Keep your rhythm steady. Okay? Don't speed up and slow down. Always land on the string below, except of course on the first string, in which you can't. This string down here, you can't land on the string below, right? So that's a fun little exercise to do just to get you started and get you playing the strings and picking your strings correctly, okay? Okay, before we get to learning how to play our first chord, we need to go over the strings and the frets and our fingers. What do I mean? Well, the strings have a number, the frets are numbered, and our fingers are numbered. Okay? The strings numbers go like this. String number 1 is at the bottom, the thin one. String number 2, string number 3, number 4, 5, 6. Okay? You can also know your strings by their letter names. The letter names are, the top string is E, the next one is A, the next one is D, the next one is G, then B, and then E. 6th string is E, 5th string is A, 4th string is D, 3rd string is G, 2nd string is B, 1st string is E. They get the letter name by the letter names of the musical alphabet. The notes that you play are all named after letters from the musical alphabet. Those letters are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So here's a little sentence to help you remember the letter note names of the strings. The sentence is, eat a darn good breakfast early. Eat a darn good breakfast early. E string, A string, D string, G string, B string, E string. There you go. Okay, now we have our finger numbers. On our left hand, our fingers are numbered finger number 1, finger number 2, finger number 3, and finger number 4. Finger number 1 is your pointer finger. Finger number 2 is your middle finger, the one you don't want to stick up at people. Finger number 3 is your ring finger. Finger number 4 is your pinky. Okay, so if I say put finger number 1 on blah, 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 I mean this finger. Then we have the frets. The frets are the metal things going up and down, these little metal bars going up and down on your fretboard. While those are the actual frets themselves, when I tell you to press a fret down, I mean press the space between the frets. So the first fret is the space between the nut and this first metal bar, right here. There's your first fret. Here's your second fret, here's your third fret, fourth fret, fifth fret, sixth fret, and so on and so forth. Okay? So turn to page 6 and we will go over our first chord. Page 6 is also an explanation on how to read chord diagrams or chord boxes. It is super important you understand how to read chord boxes. The description on page 6 is pretty clear, so read it over closely and be very sure you understand it. So on page 6, you're going to learn how to play a D major chord. Now you'll notice the D is by itself. There's no major next to it. When the D or any letter is by itself, that means it's that chord major. So if you see a C by itself, that means C major. Or a G by itself, that means G major. If you see a lowercase m next to the letter, that means minor. Or if you see a 7 next to the letter, that means C7 or A7 or D7. You'll learn those down the road. In the beginning, the first chord is a D major, and this is how you play the D major chord. I will quickly explain what I'm doing. My first finger is on the 3rd string or the G string at the 2nd fret. My second finger is on the 1st string or the E string at the 2nd fret. My third finger is on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string or the B string. Okay? So I am playing a D chord. Now when you play a D chord, you don't want to strum the top string. Some people will say you don't want to strum the 5th string either. Technically speaking, you are still playing a correct D chord if you strum the 5th string. It just makes it a second inversion D chord. And it sounds good. If you strum the top string, it doesn't sound so good, right? But the 4th string down, very nice. The 5th string down, very nice. So now you are making a D chord, your first chord. The next page will show you your hand position. So the main thing is you do not want your thumb going that way, or definitely don't want your thumb down here. Okay? I like to have the thumb either like this, see that? It's pointing straight up, or you can reach it up a little higher and kind of grab the guitar like that. That's the way a lot of people do it, and that works really well. What I'd like you to do is make this D chord, get your hand position right, and meet me in the next video.